Prince Jacob clasped Bianca's hand lightly as Zachary watched, still holding her in his arms. Meeting the divine's will in the most unexpected places. If that is not fate, then what is? Jacob said with a faint smile. His tone softened as he added, Do not worry, Countess. I shall send medicine to your quarters. It pains me to see you unwell so often since arriving in Lajas. He squeezed her hand, causing Bianca to frown. Before she could respond, Zachary's glare deepened. Turning swiftly, he pulled Bianca from Jacob's grasp. My apologies, Your Highness, Zachary said firmly, but my wife consumes only what I approve, whether it be food or drink. Bianca blinked at his words, startled. We appreciate your concern, he continued, but she will not be accepting anything you send. With a short bow, he carried Bianca away. Jacob chuckled under his breath. So the husband dictates even that. Well, not for long, Count Arno, he muttered. As Zachary carried Bianca through the streets, whispers spread among the onlookers. Bianca flushed with embarrassment. My lord, please, put me down. This is humiliating, she whispered. Zachary remained calm. It isn't the first time I've carried you. Why are you so shy? That was in Arno, not here in front of strangers. She hissed. Smirking, Zachary teased. Then do as they whisper. Close your eyes and pretend to be asleep. Exasperated, Bianca rested her head against his chest. The thought of him controlling even the smallest details of her meals unsettled her, but at the same time, it warmed her. She drifted into real sleep before they reached home. Later that evening, after tucking her into bed, Zachary lingered by her side. Remembering Jacob's boldness, his gaze darkened. Lifting both her hands, he kissed them, as if to erase the prince's touch. Not long after, Zachary called his 3 commanders to his study. Robert frowned, assuming it was about taxes. Sauveur wondered if it was an invasion, while Gaspard braced for military orders. Once assembled, Zachary spoke without delay. The second prince has set his sights on Bianca. The room fell silent. Prince Jacob? Robert exclaimed. To pursue the Countess of Arno, while her husband lives? Outrageous. Sauveur muttered. Strange times when even princes chase married women. But Gaspard revealed something worse. He stole her childhood portrait. Shock rippled through the room. Is he serious? Sauveur asked, unsettled. Robert's eyes narrowed. A prince committing theft? This is no trivial matter. Zachary's jaw tightened. If Bianca encounters him again, Gaspard, return to me at once. Yes, my lord, Gaspard replied. Sauveur studied Zachary closely. So you stationed Gaspard as her guard because you suspected this might happen. Zachary did not answer, but his silence confirmed it. Finally, Zachary's voice hardened. Had I known, I would never have brought her here. But since the second prince has chosen this path, I will make him understand. His gaze swept across his men, sharp and commanding. Let them remember why I am called the Count of Blood and Iron. The black wolf of Arno does not let go once it sinks its teeth. No one will take what belongs to me. A smirk tugged at his lips. Bianca was not simply his wife. To him, she was beyond measure, someone priceless. Bianca remained in bed as the doctor finished his checkup. This is the second time since you arrived in Lajas, he said, advising her to take light exercise and increase her meals. Still weak, Bianca asked Yvonne, where is his lordship? At a breakfast meeting with Prince Gautier, Yvonne replied. Bianca nodded, hiding her disappointment. Yvonne chuckled, recalling earlier events. He almost turned the invitation down because he wanted to stay with you. His commanders had to push him to reconsider. Bianca was surprised but reassured when Yvonne added, he promised to return right after the meal. Yvonne urged her to rest, but as she left the room, she was startled by Gaspard, who silently took the bowl she carried and walked away, leaving her flustered. Over the next days, Bianca recovered by following the physician's advice, eating more and taking short walks. One morning, while dressing, she picked up a pendant. This peridot was a gift from the Count on my 15th birthday. I never noticed how similar it is to my eyes, she said with a small smile. Yvonne eagerly promised to make her look her best, and soon Bianca set out, accompanied by Yvonne, Sauveur, and Gaspard. During the stroll, Sauveur introduced himself proudly. I'm called the Mad Dog of the Battlefield. I'll protect you, madam. His lively conversation lightened the mood, and Bianca teased him about tailoring his clothes instead of bulking up. Their walk took them to the first queen consort's garden, where they encountered Countess d'Abbeville and Lady Selina with her companions. The ladies demanded Bianca yield the garden. Sauveur frowned, questioning if titles alone decided such matters. When he introduced Bianca properly, Countess Bianca de Arno, shock spread among the group. Whispered remarks followed, some admiring, others dismissive. Countess d'Aboville invited Bianca to join them for tea, but Bianca declined politely. I only drink what the Count selects for me. Though Lady Selina sneered at her appearance and necklace, Bianca remained calm. Smiling softly, she excused herself, saying she was unwell, and withdrew with dignity. As she left, Zachary, watching from a distance, noticed a familiar face among the maids accompanying the ladies. Meanwhile, Selina dismissed Bianca rudely, while Ante, the maid standing behind them, glared in silence. In the noble estate's garden, conversation swirled around Countess Arno as the ladies sipped tea. I can't believe that woman is Countess Arno, Lady Celine scoffed. How arrogant! She turned down tea with Countess d'Aboville as if she were above us. D'Aboville brushed it off. It's fine. Another seat would have only crowded the table. But did you notice? An extravagant red dress, paired with a simple peridot necklace. Hardly fitting for such attire. The Arno household must not be that wealthy. Another woman chimed in. At least the stone matched her eyes. Celine sniffed. Perhaps, but compared to this sapphire, her necklace was nothing. The ladies laughed, their comments growing harsher. Some mocked Bianca's pale complexion and speculated about her future children. Others whispered about affairs being fashionable, hinting she might be involved with a guard. Nearby, a maid stepped forward. My ladies, I know something about Countess Arno. Celine frowned. This is not a conversation for a maid. But curiosity won out. Speak, another urged. The maid smirked. I served in Arno until recently. It was Ante. Elsewhere, during Bianca's picnic, Sauveur suddenly exclaimed, I just remembered, that maid, blonde, with a spot under her eye. Ante, she was among those ladies. Yvonne stiffened. Ante, how did she end up there? Bianca asked calmly, Who is she? Yvonne hesitated. She was dismissed for speaking disrespectfully about you. I hope recalling her doesn't upset you. Bianca smiled. How could I forget? You cared for my hand after that. It isn't a bad memory. They soon packed up to return, as the tailor was waiting at the Arno residence. On the way back, Sauveur worried aloud about Ante spreading rumors. Yvonne admitted the habit of careless speech was hard to break. Their banter turned awkward when Sauveur teased about Yvonne blushing, only to retreat quickly when Gaspard reminded him to focus on guarding Bianca. Back home, Bianca entered the room where Zachary was with the tailor. When the servants left, Zachary noticed her necklace. You're wearing it, he said. Bianca smiled. You gave it to me for my 15th birthday. A splendid peridot. It matches your eyes. It suits you, he said softly. And this dress, didn't you choose it too? I remember. It suits you as well. She tilted her head. Not just that. Tell me something more. He hesitated before admitting, You're beautiful. Bianca blushed at the rare compliment and thought to herself how unlikely it was that he had ever kept a mistress. Taking his hand, she said, Thank you, my lord. Let's pick fabrics for your new clothes together. Let's do that, he agreed. Once she left, Zachary's expression hardened. Turning to Gaspard, he asked, Did you encounter my brother or Prince Jacob? No, my lord. No one suspicious. But when Gaspard mentioned details of their walk, Zachary's eyes narrowed. So that woman crossed paths with Bianca. Zachary's face hardened. That woman crossed paths with Bianca? He remembered Ante's face, his arms folded tightly. Was she rude to Bianca again? He asked. Sauveur shook his head. To be precise, I only noticed that Ante was present. Her ladyship didn't see her, and it seemed she didn't remember the incident at all. Instead, she recalled how Miss Yvonne cared for her hand. Zachary was silent, his gaze fixed on Sauveur. Bianca even tells Sauveur things like that. His thoughts were broken by the knight's cheerful voice. By the way, my lord, do these clothes look familiar? Sauveur grinned, flexing his arms. Zachary frowned. Ha, they're yours, my lord. Her ladyship let me have them, Sauveur explained. You're a well-built man, so it'll take time before these fit me properly. But I'm training hard. One day, they'll fit like a glove. The Duke's expression darkened. Why? He remembered Sauveur once saying he wanted to build a good relationship with Bianca. Friendly and eager, Sauveur was quick to bond with others, yet something about it unsettled him. I was told Bianca discarded all my old clothes, Zachary thought grimly. Yet here Sauveur is, wearing them. Does this mean what I lack, but Sauveur has, is friendship? With a cold gaze, he held out his hand. Take it off, Sauveur. The knight froze. Pardon? You already seem to have something I haven't managed to gain, so it's only fair you return my clothes. Sauveur's eyes widened. Wait, my lord, I've sworn my loyalty to you, but the only clothes I brought to Lahaz are yours. How could you be so harsh? You just ordered new ones today. Must you take these back too? Their raised voices filled the courtyard, drawing attention. Inside, Bianca sighed as she brushed her hair. It gets noisy whenever Sir Sauveur is around. Yvonne smiled faintly. Perhaps it's because he's a freeman. He doesn't hesitate to speak his mind, unlike most knights. I thought all knights were reserved, Bianca mused. His lordship is like that, and Sir Gaspard hardly speaks either. At Gaspard's name, Yvonne blushed. Bianca smirked. So you prefer quiet men, Yvonne? Madame, Yvonne stammered, her face turning redder. It's not like that. Though I do wish Sir Gaspard spoke more, but even in his silence, he expresses himself. He's a kind and polite man. Still, as a knight, he's far above someone like me. I shouldn't entertain such thoughts. Bianca placed a hand on her shoulder. Why not? You're a wonderful person, Yvonne. A true treasure. I can say that with confidence as your master. Madam, Yvonne's eyes softened. Happiness is something you create for yourself, Bianca continued. If you see a chance, don't let it pass. Yvonne smiled warmly. To be honest, I already seized such an opportunity. Being by your side makes me truly happy. Bianca chuckled, her cheeks flushing. How can you say such things without embarrassment? If I've become someone worth praising, it's because of you, Yvonne replied. She clasped Bianca's hands. So let's both find even greater happiness together. Bianca's thoughts turned inward. When I first returned to Arno at 19, I only sought compensation for my past. But now I realize this life isn't mine alone. The lives around me matter too. And I want them all to find happiness. Her mind drifted. If I tell the Count that Jacob will one day betray his kingdom, would he believe me? Our marriage isn't consummated, but our bond is already different from my previous life. The past is shifting. So I must keep watching, waiting for the right moment when he'll trust my words. Yvonne's voice pulled her back. Madam, are we only commissioning clothes for his lordship today? Yes. Bianca replied, I already have enough. Actually, you don't have a cape for the jousting tournament, Yvonne noted. The joust, Bianca murmured. Do I have to attend? Yvonne laughed. Of course, seeing you in the stands will inspire the knights. Besides, 4 participants this time are from Arno. 4? Bianca asked. 3 must be his commanders. Who's the 4th? Yvonne's eyes lit up. Why, his lordship himself. Bianca's heart tightened. Jousting was dangerous. Knights charging on horseback with lances, aiming for victory. The champion would present a golden rose, a symbol of eternal honor to the lady he cherished. His lordship must be planning to win it for you, Yvonne said with delight. But Bianca's expression darkened. I have no use for such gestures. She left the room, thoughts heavy. If Zachary's death changes from what I knew, what if it comes sooner? What if he falls at the joust? Her fears deepened when she entered the courtyard to find Zachary gripping Sauveur by the collar. My lady, help me! Sauveur cried. His lordship is trying to strip me. This shirt is mine, so I'll be taking it back, Zachary said firmly. Bianca barely processed the scene, her mind consumed by dread. What if he doesn't die years from now on the battlefield? What if he dies here at the tournament? She rushed forward, clutching his arm. Her voice trembled. My lord, please don't participate in the joust. Bianca's expression tightened as she pleaded, Don't participate in the tournament. Zachary looked at her with mild surprise. What do you mean? It's dangerous, she said, her hands clenched at her sides. Knights die from lance strikes and falls. A heaviness settled in her chest. She couldn't understand why she felt so anxious. Is it because we don't have an heir yet? She reasoned. That must be it. She needed to do whatever she could to stop the Count from putting himself at risk. Before Zachary could respond, Sauveur stepped in. My apologies for interrupting, my lady, but this joust is a special event to celebrate Prince Albert's engagement. It isn't open to inexperienced knights. Only a few chosen will participate, so casualties are rare. Zachary tilted his head, slightly amused, while Sauveur smirked. Rather than worrying about his lordship, you should worry about his opponent. Whoever faces him is practically doomed. Zachary's smirk faded. Bianca is worried about me? The thought was unexpectedly moving, but Bianca quickly scolded him. That's not something to smile about, she huffed before turning to Sauveur. And you, why are you entering such a dangerous tournament? Because His Majesty ordered it, Sauveur replied. Bianca frowned. Zachary caught the look. So, I'm not the only one she's worried about. Why didn't you tell me about the joust? Bianca asked, studying him. This isn't a chess match, she pressed, crossing her arms. It's a fight on horseback with lances. And as your wife, I'm expected to attend. You should have at least mentioned it. Zachary hesitated, heat rising to his face under her steady gaze. What should I do? I want to believe her concern is for me, but he pushed the thought away. Don't be arrogant, Zachary de Arno. She's never liked the smell of blood on me. This worry isn't for me. Clearing his throat, he took her hand, making her tense. I know it isn't without risk, but as Sauveur said, I'll be fine. I know what troubles you. Blood may be shed, but you don't have to force yourself to attend. Bianca felt a pang in her chest. His meaning was clear, he didn't need her concern. She pulled her hand back. As your wife, I'm expected to be there. If I don't attend, people will talk. I won't let your honor be questioned. Zachary's fist tightened. Do you think my honor is that fragile? She met his gaze firmly. If anyone is hurt, there's no guarantee it won't be you. I don't want you risking yourself for this. And what if you collapse at the sight of blood? He countered. I don't want your health suffering either. Then at least consider withdrawing. If you won't, don't tell me what I should or shouldn't do. His jaw clenched. This is my decision. Bianca's fists curled. So I'm meddling in your affairs? Fine, do as you wish. I'll do the same. She turned to Yvonne. Call the tailor inside. We'll order your outfit, my lord, and I'll have a new cape made. Zachary studied her, then gave a small nod. Of course. The room grew tense, and the servants watching exchanged uneasy glances. Later, Sauveur would remember the moment and smile to himself. They were both clearly worried for each other. How could they not see it? That evening, Zachary recounted the exchange to Robert, his advisor. She raised her voice and opposed your participation in a celebratory joust? Robert asked, confused. Zachary nodded, still hearing her words in his mind. She has a point, Sauveur added. They romanticize jousting, but in the end, it's still dangerous. Robert scoffed. If anyone should be worried, it's the knight facing you. He'll be lucky to leave in one piece. Zachary muttered, She didn't say those things because she was worried about me. Sauveur looked doubtful. You're wrong, my lord. She's beside herself with worry. She's probably crying in her room right now. Zachary rolled his eyes. Robert hesitated. Still, perhaps this is a chance to withdraw. But Zachary's expression darkened. No one in Sevron can match my horsemanship, but knights from Castilla are competing. His Majesty insists Sevron must win. I had no choice. He paused, his tone sharpening. But that's not the only reason anymore. This joust will send a message. There are men hovering around Bianca. Jacob, even that maidservant. They'll learn my wife isn't someone they can approach freely. I'll make sure they understand she is under the protection of the Count of Blood and Iron. Unaware of his thoughts, Bianca had begun to distance herself again, saying she didn't feel well. Yvonne knocked gently at her door. Madam Bianca, his lordship asks if you'd like to join him for dinner. No response. Madam? Silence. Yvonne stepped away. She must be asleep, but Bianca was awake, curled in bed, her thoughts weighing heavily. And soon the jousting tournament was only a day away. Thank you for watching this episode of our Manhwa recap. We hope you enjoyed diving into the world of this story with us. If you loved the content, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support means the world to us and helps us bring you even more amazing manhwa recaps. See you in the next episode.